Let me go on to the next question on this topic, Nitish. You see, we are sitting and talking at a time when the world of venture capital and startup investments are at a crossroads. Unlike a year earlier, today we are all reading the same news. So many challenges that both the VCs and startups are facing, which means it's only natural that many of these guys, the wannabe startups, the early stage startups, they're going to ask themselves, look, should I go for venture funding or should I bootstrap? What would your suggestion be, given that you guys have grown successfully just bootstrapping, to those guys who want to go bootstrapping, who want to do things on their own, make money on their own, grow on their own? What would your one or two key suggestions be? I mean, what are the things that they should focus on? What are the things that they should avoid?
I think I'll try and answer a bigger picture of this question first, because neither is good or bad. It depends on, I feel, two primary criterias. The first one, it depends on the domain that you operate in. Let's say you're looking to build products. It can be SaaS products that takes a couple of years for you to put it together and then take it to market, or it can be deep tech R&Ds that's required, and it's going to take at least 4 or 5 years. All of these require support from financial institutions, and there's no harm in going about it. But if with your domain and the market constraints support, and you're okay with bootstrapping, then I think I would suggest, from my own learnings again, are 3 things. One, being frugal. That always helps, despite it being pretty obvious. The second one is, how do you understand what your core functions are and keep that in-house and find a way to outsource everything else. That helps you be focused, get the best returns on the funds that you're putting in, because it requires time to manage and build things slowly and steadily in-house, whereas hiring consultants externally might be a little more expensive, but early stages you'd probably need that support. I think the third and the most important thing that at least helped us was not to compromise on the value and the cost that you charge your customers, because a lot of people, when they bootstrap, they try to sell themselves short, and that ends up burning their hands as time goes on. Because I still remember conversations with my partners when we were trying to close customers. We have said no to customers after a lot of back and forth within ourselves, just because we felt we were selling ourselves short, and it might get us immediate revenue, but that's not going to help us sustain, because you have only so much time and so much energy with your team put together, and you have more chances of succeeding if you do not sell yourself short.
Very interesting. So you're talking about 3 things. One is be frugal. The second is keep the core functions internally. So to some extent that's also frugality, where you're spending on the right things, only the right amount of money, and building talent within. And the third thing is very interesting. You're saying price your products correctly, don't sell cheap. Very interesting points. Nitish, thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Narsi. Really appreciate you spending time. Thank you.
Thank you.